Hello friends, I welcome all of you into this lecture of enabling Telnet access to ASA firewall for remote access management. It means if I want to log in into Cisco ASA firewall using Telnet, then what should be configured on the firewall? First thing is that we need to enable the Telnet access, but there are more things about it. This is the diagram. One firewall is sitting between two routers, router 1 and 2. These are being used as a server to log in into ASA. Okay, the purpose is just to show you how it works. I have already configured the IP addresses on these devices, like R1, R2 and ASAs have been configured. Okay, so let me take you to keynote wherein I'll show you what are the important points. So in this keynote, I'll talk about Telnet and SSH because a lot of things are common. And in the next video, I'll show you how to configure SSH, which is again somewhat similar to this. Anyways, first thing is that Telnet and SSH both are disabled by default. So we have to enable it if we want. Second thing, Telnet is unsecured or clear text method of remote management. Whatever you write on the terminal, the output command, the passwords you mentioned there, that can be easily read or captured. We prefer SSH because it is secured. It will only work on the interface which has the highest security level. So even if you enable it on all interfaces for all hosts, it will only accept the traffic on the interface which has the highest security level. I'll show that to you in the diagram. So we need to set up the password for Telnet, and for SSH we need to generate the RSA key. Because RSA keys are used in SSH, that makes it very secured. R1 is part of inside, which has security level of 100. R2 is part of outside, security level 0. R1 has the IP address 10.1.1.2/24. R2 has 20.1.1.2/24. This interface has .1 of 20 series and this one has .1 20. The command to enable the access is telnet, then space host IP or network subnet, space the subnet mask, space the interface on which you want to allow, like inside or outside or DMZ or whatever name you defined. This is the first thing. So in this case, ASA has two interfaces, one has security level 100 and one has 0. So it will work only on this interface. People say that it works on inside. You can have your own name like ABC, BCD, whatever. Name doesn't have any significance here. The security level does. So if you want to allow it on the outside interface in this case, the command will be same. Telnet. In this case, the IP will be 20.1.1.2. Mask will be /24. And here it will be outside, but it will not work unless the outside has highest security level. If it has 100, this one has 100, on both interfaces the traffic will be accepted. This is the first thing. Second thing is, if outside has, let's say, 90 and inside has 89, then on inside the Telnet will not work. The same is the case for SSH, and in this it will work. This is second thing. Third thing is, if both have, let's say, security level of 90 and 90, then both of this interface will not accept the traffic because both are equal. If these were 100, because 100 is the maximum value, then both would have accepted. But in this case, no. So equal security level, then the remote management will not work. So you have to have a highest value. One more example, if this one has 0, if this one has 1, it will work here, it will not work here. So it's very simple thing. IPs have been configured. Let me take you to Cisco ASA. If you do show name if, you can see the security level of inside is 100, outside is 0. I can ping the inside router 1 which has the IP 10.1.1.2 pinging, and this one is R2 pinging. So first of all, I'll try to access the ASA from R1. The IP of ASA is 10.1.1.1. It is not working. So let me configure the command. Config T telnet. Here I'll mention the IP address of R1 because 10 series segment belongs to inside. IP of R1 is 10.1.1.2 space the mask. Because this is the host, so we'll mention /32 mask inside. You also need to set up the password. If you don't do it, what will happen? Let me show you. Now it is asking for password. Password, I don't know what is the default. Let me try Cisco. it doesn't take it. So you have to enter the password. The command for password is passwd. Mention GNS3. Now let's try GNS3. It is working. What is the enable password? I don't know. I forgot. Enable password is Ashish. It is working now. So if you want to check how many users have logged in into the ASA, the command is who. So 0 means the session ID. If you want to kill the session, then type in the command kill space the session ID 0. The session will be killed. See, this is one method. If I try it from R2 20.1.1.1, it will not work. Even if I enter this command, tell you telnet 20.1.1.255.255.255.255 outside. Even if I entered this command, it will not work because outside doesn't have highest security level. So let's change the security level. First of all, let's verify it. Inside has 100, outside has 0. Let's make the security level of outside as 100 as well. So let's try it now. It is working. GNS3. Okay, let me exit from here. So it is working. One thing I told you, if the security level of both interfaces is same but 100, then both will accept traffic. So now I'll try to make it 60 on both. Gig 0/1 security level 60. Now you will see that none of the routers will be able to access the ASA. See, it is not working. The reason is that both have equal but not highest. 100 is the highest value. So let me make it 0/050 or let's say 59. Show name if. Now outside has 60, which is highest. I'll try, it will work. R1 doesn't have highest security level on the interface, it will not work. See how easy it is. You can also set up the timeout. Let me show you. Config T telnet timeout. By default is 5. Let's make it 10. If you want to check the commands of telnet, show run telnet. Very easy, but it is unsecure actually. Whatever you write, whatever you type in output, the credentials that can be captured if somebody has started Ethereal or Wireshark in your environment, if he's capturing it, it is risky. But from the inside, it can be allowed because that is your own environment, trusted one. Okay. And then next I'll talk about SSH. The only difference is that SSH is secured. For that we need to generate RSA key. One thing I did not tell you is the port numbers. Telnet uses TCP 23 and SSH uses TCP 22 port. This is just for information. So SSH means secured shell. So thank you so much for watching it. I hope you liked it.